Domino, motherfuckers, what's happening?
Let's see. How do I start this shit? Back in this bitch for another one. This is Connecticut's most controversial podcast. This is the Domino Effect. And as always, I go by the name of Domino. Appreciate you for listening. Appreciate you for tuning in. Wherever that may be from. Be it SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, wherever the fuck you get your podcast, we are there. Now, I know you niggas done had questions. I'm going to answer some of them. You know, I got you like another episode, but right now, I got shit to do, right? First episode of the year, first Domino Effect of the year. Like I said, I will answer those questions. And, you know, since it's Women's Month, I had a slate of shit planned, but, you know, life don't be life in the way you want it to. So, what I had to do, you know, kind of rearrange a couple things and, you know, got to get shit right. But you will know when the time is right. But the guest I have today, I've apologized to many a time because the first time she was here, maybe about 3-4 years ago, she got bum rushed by some shit she wasn't really prepared for, that I was really unprepared for. You know, I invited her for an interview, by mistake double booked, so instead of one person showing up, 4 people showed up. Then we had just this clash of an episode, which really in hindsight didn't go as well, but maybe it did. I don't know.
Clash is the nicest way you could put that.
Yeah, that's
short,
what we're going for.
His other guests were trash, and they came from me, what I do, and black women, all in one go. And I had to sit there and defend a whole group of women, okay, against some 2 randoms I ain't never met before.
I'm gonna just sip my tea.
And I just want to say what they do now, they not doing no more. So that's what happens when you fuck with black. Am I allowed to curse?
No, you say what the fuck you want.
That's what happens when you fuck with black women. Anything that you're trying to do, you know what I'm saying, will be foiled, okay? Just so you know, all right?
Right.
The ancestors ain't fucking with that, all right?
Not fucking with it.
Yo.
So, right now.
Never let you forget that shit.
What you want? You want a wedding gift? You want, you know?
Listen, you gonna
you
have
want
to.
Food? I got your food on the way.
Food is a start, okay?
All right.
Food is a start, all right?
So right now we got one of my favorite people in the fucking world, the co-creator of University of Dope, a hip-hop card game that you motherfuckers should pick up. I will put the link in the chat. We have Miss Marian, a.k.a. Skinni Bee, in the motherfucking dojo.
What up, y'all?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Like, 2022 has been my year.
Treating you nice so far?
Huh?
2022 treating you nice so far?
Like, too nice. Like, this for me? Like,
yeah. Got a lot going on.
Is this for me? I got a lot going on, and it's just first quarter, so I'm very optimistic for the rest of the year. It's looking like a really good year for University of Dope as well.
Word. So what's been going on with University of Dope since we last spoke?
Since we last spoke, so much. So at first, you know, it's been going well. We did get sponsored by Afropunk, so we got to do Afropunk. Yeah, and that's kind of what like launched us. Like, we really have like a dope ass product here, because I never thought we would get that far so quickly. And then in 2019, we actually took a break from it. Nobody noticed. Like, we still had, you know, inventory. People place orders and I send them out, but we didn't do much. In 2020, I was like, look, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, we gotta put all our eggs in this basket.
That's what I'm trying to tell these
motherfuckers.
Sometimes when you motherfuckers get here, I'm
sometimes because I was doing a lot. I spread myself real thin. I had other side businesses. I was working full time. I was doing a lot. And I was like, and I felt like UDope was not excelling as much as it could have if I gave it more attention. well, hopefully
sound like me.
You taking notes, because I literally dissolved my other business, and I was like, I need to give this a go. Now, did I quit my day job? No, I still need to pay my bills. Right. However, I had to treat my day job like it was the side piece, and I had to treat UDope like it was the main, right? And so in 2020, we rebranded everything. We hated everything we hated. Like, we made a list. Like, if we hated the website, we hated our box, we hated our manufacturer, we just made a list of everything that we hated, and we fixed every last bit. Like, websites popping. And then COVID hit, right? So in the beginning of our rebrand, when we're like, we have to do all this shit, as soon as we had figured it out in March, COVID hit. And stopped game nights from happening. So what we ended up doing was we pivoted. I learned how to play the game online, interactive, and live. So anybody watching can participate, and I'll see you participating, like on Facebook Live. You can vote for questions that you see. and I'll see the answers in real time. And then we started to sell that as a service. And ever since we sold it as a service, we did it for Sony. We did it for the Black employees of Time magazine.
Come on.
We've done it for Bleacher Report.
Come on. Come on.
So now we do that on top of selling the card game. And now we have our first expansion pack that also came out, the Anatomy of R&B. The first one's General Studies, University of Dope. So this is the Anatomy of R&B. And then we have our second edition coming out soon. So yeah, we've been kind of taking off ever since.
I'm glad to
hear.
That's my
People struggle in
motherfucking
COVID.
friend.
I did not struggle in COVID.
Yo, talk that shit.
Yo, listen.
Talk that shit.
People were like, COVID's harming my business. And I'm like, you know what? If you don't know, you got to pivot. You have to pivot.
We shining. We good over here. I'm broke, baby.
Listen.
Mitch, I'm broke, baby. And then for you.
Listen. So, and I think that's like innate in blacks, right? Like we know how to pivot, right?
Yeah. Oh no,
we'll
we
make
are
something
the
out of nothing real
kings and
quick.
queens of taking lemons and making fucking steak with it.
Yo, bruh.
Nigga, we do everything, nigga.
So that's basically what happened. And yeah, so we've been thriving since that. Now the world's opening back up and the sales for Europe has been, we've been doing well. So I really can't complain.
That's fucking dope.
Complain at all.
That's fucking dope. So yes, in 2022, a lot has been happening for you that I know of personally. You recently got married.
I did.
Somebody popped a motherfucking question.
Somebody was like, she's dope, because I've been dope, okay? And he was like, I'm not going to let nobody else experience that.
Put a ring on this real quick and, walked us down.
And he a rider.
Yeah.
Yo, when I tell you.
Cool nigga.
Listen, when I date and whatnot, everybody knows about you, or they'll eventually get to know about University of Dope, right? And most of the dudes that I used to talk to was like, oh, yeah, that's cool, but never tried to, like, help in any way, support in any way, you know what I'm saying? Even tell her like they're friends or anything about it. It was just like, oh, I'm dating her and it's what she do.
That remind me of that meme. What the fuck did she say? She said something and the nigga was like, red, what color your nipples? like niggas don't care about none, but like, I don't give a fuck about what you doing. Like, what's up, though?
He genuinely was like, well, he does like product. He's an engineer, but he does like product chain, supply management and shit like that. So he was like, how can I help? And before you know it, he had festival. And then on top of that, he used to be a salesman. Like he has a huge sales background, and I don't. I let the game sell itself, right? I tell you about the game. You like it, buy it. If you don't, fuck out my face, right?
Energy.
And I mean, when I mean the salesman in this man, he don't. Everybody got a dollar sign on top of their head. He don't let nobody. It could be an old ass white woman. He'd be like, "Hey, do you like hip hop? Get over here. You don't. What about your grandchildren?
You fucking heard Beastie Boys before some shit.
Yo, get your ass over here, right?" So I had never seen anybody I've ever date like ride for the brand as hard as I ride for the brand. You know what I mean?
It's sexy in a way.
It was. When I tell you everything he's done, I'm just like, yeah, that's right. Carry those boxes in here. Ooh,
do that shit.
Talk to that manufacturer. I don't feel yo, I don't feel like emailing this manufacturer right now. Somebody cursed them out for me, baby. Like he
did all the extra shit.
All of it. Anything I needed, yo, and then stuff around the house too. Like when we first started dating, I had a box. I had a box to wall mount my TV. That box had been in that corner
since you got there.
Since I got there, child. I remember I went on some trip. I went to New York to go see Michelle Obama, and then I came back and the TV was mounted. I was like, this
motherfucker
is trying. I was like, he's trying to get chose. I see what you're trying to do. He's trying to get chose, and yeah, he did. He did a great job.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Now the wedding was where?
Cape Town, South Africa.
Ooh, niggas did it big.
And we did it big and we did it small. We did it with micro Lux. I don't know. I'm gonna go micro Lux. That sounds nice.
Money making Michelle out here.
Look, okay, just so everybody knows, because you're making it seem like I got hella.
Not hella money, but it's like niggas don't go to Cape Town.
People don't go to Cape Town. This is true because people are afraid to travel to Africa, and that's a whole nother animal, right? Cape Town absolutely is one of the best vacations I've taken. Like a wedding aside, like if the wedding didn't even happen there, the rest of the trip was so dope. All the wedding guests is like, I'm coming back here. Everything was super, 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 super cheap, and that's why I was able to get it done there. Okay, all right. I think the ratio was like 15-1. We were taking like Uber Blacks everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It was like $6. We were having 5-course meals for $20 and shit in like 5-star restaurants. Like it's a different vibe out there. It was everything. I would go back. I encourage everybody to go to Cape Town and visit just once, and you'll want to retire there for sure.
Right. I want to go to the Virgin Islands somewhere and just like chill.
Honestly, also a good look.
Yeah.
I love the islands.
I went to St. Martin sometime
nice.
last year. I was like, yo, I could retire here. Like I could be on the beach and just chill, take my little pension, whatever the fuck.
Any of them islands.
Retirement money, just sit here and just chill, drink all fucking day.
I see what you're saying, but you got to check out Cape Town before you say that.
Yeah,
shit.
definitely. I love traveling, so I definitely want. I need my passport first of all.
Yes.
So I definitely want to travel everywhere.
Cape Town. I feel like that should be your first African destination. And I say that as an African, which is sad because I'm from Ghana, right?
Ghana.
And I say if you're going to go to Africa, you either got to go to Ghana first or you got to go to Cape Town first. Like, period. Point blank, period. Don't go nowhere else. Don't go nowhere else. And then you could go do all the others, you know what I'm saying? You can go to Egypt or whatever.
So you were born in Ghana?
I was actually born here, but I lived there for 6 years and then moved back here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, it was Connecticut or it was like America?
Connecticut,
okay.
And I always bring that up because it's like, why parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did y'all stumble on Connecticut? But
I ask my mom that shit all the time. My mother came up here from South Carolina. I'm like, why the fuck y'all choose Connecticut?
Out of all the places.
Out of all this, like New York right there. You
New York is
Boston.
right there.
Y'all niggas passed by North Carolina, Virginia.
All the hot spots.
All that shit. Y'all niggas came here.
And I don't even know who made that decision because there's a large group of Africans here, Nigerians too, right? And it's just like, who made the decision Connecticut? It's cold as fuck here. The weather sucks here.
Ass.
So,
all year round.
All year round.
30 degrees one day.
Of everything.
82 one day. Rain one day. Fucking blistering heat another day.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
I ain't got time for the shit.
Yo, the pollinating is coming too. It's about that. Everything covered in that green haze. What?
Ass. I've been seeing it already. Luckily, I ain't been hit yet. And, my shit's flare up crazy. But, I'm hoping to hold off till like at least June, July.
Nah, that shit's coming, bruh.
Yeah, I can only be so lucky. Now, also,
yes,
I saw this post where you were chosen to be one of the 100 women of color to be honored by the state of Connecticut. What is this?
No. It's June Archer puts it on.
Oh, June. Oh, yeah.
It's June Archer. He's like CT. He's like a CT famous person.
Yeah, CT royalty and shit.
CT royalty.
Yeah.
June Archer. He's also like UDOP's godfather on the low. People don't know. People don't know. He puts UDOP on all the time. He be giving the game to celebrities and shit and playing with celebrities, which is cool because he's on the This Is 50 podcast. And he puts on this dope event in Connecticut. It's been going like 8 years strong now. And it's 100 women of color, and people nominate dope women of color, and then he has 100 men of color, same thing. And it's a gala, and you go and you get an award, and
congratulations,
networking.
It's a lot fucking going on with you. I'm mad proud.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting that shit either.
So how'd you hear about it? So how'd you get the announcement that you were being honored?
I mean, June is my dude. Again, he's my godfather, so it's like.
So it was like he told you like, yo, you gonna hear about this in a couple of weeks, but it's like.
No, he tried to just send me a regular ass email, and I was like, because I thought he was just advertising for the event, because I like promote it and stuff. A lot of my friends in the past have won the award, been honored, I should say, before. So I was just like, oh, here go another. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was like, not spam, but spam.
Yeah, you're right.
Spam.
Like, come on, yo, what you doing?
So I opened it after like days. Oh, no. I didn't open it at first. He sent me a text. It was like, check your email. And I was like, for what, nigga?
Yeah, nigga, text me. What you got to say right now?
And I was like, oh, shit. Thank you. I don't know. Oh, I do know who nominated me. Shout out to Marsha from Northern Belle. She was an honoree years ago. And she was the one who, I guess, nominated me. And it was backed by who knows who.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited about that. I've never been. Out of all the years, I always just promote the events and never go because, damn. I gotta say it again. Galas are boring.
Yeah.
And
finger foods and all that, like
all
that fake small talk.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of those type of events, but obviously I'm gonna go. I'm still very honored. Don't take that the wrong way. I do love to dress up. That's the caveat. I like putting on the dress, but then doing all the schmoozing and the small talk, I'm not really a fan of all the way. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You should do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Put that fucking man in. Come on, babe. We got shit to do. Come on.
I'm gonna do it so I can put that award on my desk and be proud, I guess.
Dope. Now, do you know why you were nominated? Was it because University of Dope or because of the work that you do for the city of Hartford, or like?
I have no clue. So
you just know, like, hey, I'm going to some.
Yeah, I know. You know,
reason to get pretty.
I like getting pretty.
Yeah.
I actually don't know, because the people who always get honored, it's so scattered across the board what they do and whatnot. So I'm like, you know, some of them are into like nonprofits and community shit, and other people just have like successful businesses. So I don't know whether it was for city things. I don't know whether it's for when I used to throw events. I don't know whether it's for you, Dope. I'm just gonna take my little award and sat down, okay? Okay? Keep on doing what I try to do best, all right? That's it.
So now you got this hip hop card game. It's been going strong for a bunch of years now. I found out about this card game, I want to say from Facebook.
Okay.
So somebody I follow on Facebook shared it. Now I was like, oh, I want to see what the fuck this is about. I love hip hop, card games. I play a couple of those. Let me see what this is about. Looked at it, I was like, oh, this shit look dope. Found out she was from Connecticut. I was like, that's even better. Invited her on the show, and that's when that whole kerfuffle happened. And then, you know, I'm just getting her back here for a proper interview and shit, you know, a one-on-one thing. So now I'm going to ask you a really corny question.
Okay.
When did you fall in love with hip-hop?
Oh, shut up! Oh, shit! And I have an answer for that corny question. And the answer is age 7. I had moved back to the United States, to Connecticut, to Rocky Hill. And as you can imagine,
not a lot of, you know, a lot of Yakubians up there.
Us around.
A lot of Winter Olympians up there. You know.
A lot of, that's the best way to put it. A lot of Winter Olympics was popping. And in my neighborhood, there also was barely any kids, right? So my mother was a part of Columbia House, right? Remember Columbia House?
Yes.
Used to like check off all the you know.
Yeah, didn't you get like fucking
albums?
90 CDs for $1?
Exactly.
Like 99,
exactly. It was like
crazy.
99 cents for each cassette or CD or whatever the fuck, right? My mother, maybe one day you'll meet her. She loves classical music, like Andrea Bocelli. Like she
like that
loves
shit.
Classical music. As you can imagine, the section in classical music is only like 4 people deep. So she would check off her 4 and then would hand me the shit and was like, you know, pick out whatever you want, Marian. And she is an immigrant, so she didn't quite know. But I was like checking off Salt and Pepper, MC Hammer.
Right. Yeah, them shits, yeah.
I was like, man, you know, let's give this a try. And I remember getting my first tape. I got my first tape. It was Salt and Pepper. I got Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, MC Hammer, and there was one other. Doesn't fucking matter. Lived by those tapes, boy. Like I was like more. So every time it was like time to re-up, I was like, I would just get more and more, and it would just get deeper and deeper. And like that's how I discovered Wu-Tang. That's how I did. Yo, I became like one of those hardcore hip hop heads, right? I thought
it's my love language.
Yo, I thought I was oppressed in Rocky Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like. I was on a school bus like crazy motherfuckers named Ice Cube from a gang called Niggas with Attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Black girl in the back of the bus is going crazy.
Honey. And then so that's basically one
she has Tourette's.
That's exactly when I fell in love with hip hop. Exactly then, age 7, Rocky Hill, living in Elms Common. Don't forget. And my brother never used to play with me. I was like a loner. I was pretty much a loner. And music was like my lifeline, I guess.
Oh, yeah. You're saving grace. Oh, look at that shit.
Yeah.
I think I was, whatever year. So 93 was Into the 36 Chambers came out,
yes.
I think. So I might have been 7 to 8. No, because it came out in November. So I was 8. 7. Whatever. Yeah. So yeah, that's the first time.
We're the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I think so.
I'm
86.
Oh, okay. I'm 85. I'm older than you.
Okay.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah, all right.
I was 8.
My bad, Grandma. But I think that's the first time like I really fell in love with hip hop. Once I heard like I think Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. When I first heard them niggas say Tiger Style, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then they say it again, and I'm like, dude. I'm like, yo, this shit is different because like my uncle who lived in California owned a record store, so
Oh, nice.
Every year we used to go out there, and I used to just take records. Like he used to just give me shit. Like I think the first record I owned was Skilo, I Wish.
Get out.
So I used to play that fucking.
A little bit taller.
I used to kill that shit. I think actually today is like the 27th anniversary of that fucking song being out.
That's hilarious.
But I think the first CDs I owned was Skilo, and I owned Shaq first 2 CDs.
Oh wow.
So I used to play them shits out, and then I used to see hip hop on TV. I used to watch like Rex and Effect. I'm like, it's cool. It's like it's not like Whitney Houston, like the shit like my mother played around the house. It's not like Stevie, but I'm like, this shit is different.
Yes.
But when I heard that Wu-Tang shit, I was like, this is fucking like what is going on in my brain right now?
Word. Oh,
so,
it was De La Soul. That's who the.
Yeah, it was Midnight. Was it Midnight Marauders?
Yeah, mine was Midnight Marauders.
Yeah. No, that was fucking Tribe. Fucking is this the food? I don't know.
Is that the food? Oh my god.
Hello?
Anyway, yeah, it was De La Soul, and yes, that was Tribe Called Quest.
Oh.
No, mine was De La Soul because it was like easy going, and I could play it in front of my mother.
I'm coming outside now.
And that was mine.
Yo, G, you out there?
Person, G.
All right, he told me to text him. I got him.
All right.
Hold up.
Food, what did you get?
I got you a burger.
Yes.
Food's here. Bam. All right, what were we saying?
It was De La Soul because De La Soul was the only one I felt comfortable playing in front of my mother.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the rest.
Oh yeah.
I knew the rest were fraudulent, and she didn't know. And my mom didn't know that I was into like hip hop like that until she used to ship me off to Baltimore, to Maryland every summer as a child. And I had gotten Little Kim's Hardcore. And my aunt or my uncle had told her that I was like listening to music I shouldn't be listening to, so she tried to come for me.
Was you repeating that shit verbatim?
Yes, I was. So she tried to come for me like, hey, you shouldn't be listening to this, and I was just like, you too late.
Yeah.
Like, and you the reason.
But
you know
Mom, I used to be scared of.
Listen. Pearl clutching lines.
Oh
yes.
shit. So yes.
Domino got me a burger.
Can't have guests here hungry and shit.
No,
can't have them hangry. See that venom that she had for niggas at the beginning? That might have been, slightly because she was hungry.
Not slightly.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still hate them, but.
So yeah.
I wouldn't have come for them as hard.
So now, have you ever tried to pursue anything in hip hop since you love hip hop so much from an early age? Like,
so I started
did you try to
DJing.
rap?
No.
DJing?
No, I could not rap. I could not rap to save
I mean,
my
if
life.
Salt and Pepper was in that lexicon of people that you used to listen to.
So here's the thing: I could perform it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the lyrics. Like, but if it was like, man, hit me with a cool 16.
Like I ain't got it.
I ain't got it. Now, I started to DJ, and that came because back in the day, like make the mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Like little stop, go, stop, record.
Yeah.
So I used to make those for my friends. And then when I got to college, I used to have like house parties, and I would like make the mixes for the house. I would not hire a DJ because I was a broke college child. But I would make like 5 CDs in a row. And 5, 6, you know what I'm saying? However length of a party. And all the songs were in a particular order. And it was like, all right, next CD. And like the party pretty much DJ itself. So people would always ask me for the CDs after the fact. And then lastly, when I was about to leave Central, these Jamaicans had a radio show, and then Central's campus, they have like they have a studio in there, and they was fucking it up on vinyl. You know how like Jamaicans with the rhythms, and the rhythms gotta stay like there can be no break in the rhythm.
Stop begging on the damn furnace.
Yeah, you feel me? So they went from like vinyl to vinyl, and it was like a seamless transition, and that was the first time I seen it in person, like where it's just like next song, but the rhythm never breaks. You know what I'm saying? I was like in a trance. So I walked in there and I was like, y'all niggas need to teach me.
Teach me your ways.
Teach me how to do this. And they did. And then I became a DJ after that. So that's how, that was like my love for a little while. Until I really discovered that I really hated DJing parties. Like I like DJing for myself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like if I could do
I know what I like. I don't want to play what y'all like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I could do what D-Nice did in Club Quarantine, like I'm playing what I want and nobody fuck your request.
Yeah, I ain't got it. Like I ain't getting paid for this shit. Like I could just do what the fuck I want. I'm gonna let you take a bite.
Yeah.
It's good.
What is it, ASMR?
Yeah. I got y'all waiting.
Thank you. Let's just let this first couple bites in my stomach. You know. Where's it from?
think that's Jake's Way Back Burgers.
That's good.
So, I'll let you just, take your time.
Okay, cool.
Does anybody in chat have any questions?
Oh, shit, it's live?
It's live as shit.
Get out of fucking town.
Yeah.
There people commenting?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Yo, you asked me, didn't want to say that shit.
That's cool.
Oh my God, can they see me?
Yeah, they can see
Oh my fucking yo!
You think this fucking camera was on for nothing? I mean,
I thought it was like you recorded for,
yeah, YouTube and shit like that, but
for
I could,
later.
I could blur all that shit. Girl, I don't give a fuck. Eat.
Okay. Now I gotta try. Look at me, my legs.
Don't be cute. Just like you, yeah. That is a married woman. You better leave her the fuck alone. She is hungry. She is black.
Uh-huh.
Leave this black hungry woman alone. So now, how does a broke college student start a card game?
I didn't start it in college now.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Card
you started?
game?
Yeah, the card game.
No, I only DJ'd in college.
Okay.
We started the card game well after college.
Mm-hmm.
University of Dope is only 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that. It's not 5. It's 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Basically what happened was my co-worker, colleague, friend, co-founder, AV. Shout outs to AV.
Shout out.
She moved to Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved back. I moved to Atlanta and moved back. So I moved back to Connecticut, and all my friends were like pregnant and had kids. You know what I'm saying? They were like
normal
easy to
shit.
hang out with.
Yeah.
So I used to go to New York all the time to go visit her. And we went to this restaurant. Shout out to Peach's Hot House. Delicious ass Peach's Hot House.
Word.
Shout out to Peach's Hot House in Brooklyn. But we went out there and she asked me if I could name all the members of En Vogue first, because we were talking about Cash Cab.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were talking about Cash Cab. And she was like, what if you got into Cash Cab and they asked you to name all the members of En Vogue? And I was like, ugh. Wouldn't be able to do that, like
at fucking all.
At all, right? But she was like, "What if they asked you to name all the members of Wu-Tang?" And I was like, "Ooh,
I think I could do that.
I could definitely do that, right?" And she was like, "Oh my God, would you be able to do it drunk?" And I was like, "Oh my God, that would make for a fucking fun game."
Mm-hmm.
So literally, we just went back to her house and typed in like Google, like Wu-Tang drinking game. Like, obviously, nothing is gonna come up when you type in Wu-Tang drinking game, right? So then we were like, hip hop drinking game. Still nothing. So. One of my other friends is a graphic designer and she's in printing. We told her about the idea. And I remember when we first discovered it, we called it Who Want to Be a Cash Money Millionaire?
Okay.
That was the name of it, but we decided not to go with that because we didn't want like ABC or whoever the fuck.
Yeah, like whoever owns that shit to come after us.
And
like,
honestly, Master P don't play about his money either, so we didn't want him to come for us. So we decided to name it University of Dope because when me and her became friends, we met in college. And just like the lyrics, like, yo, we lived on the same building on the same floor but never met before. Like,
right, yeah.
And that's basically what it was. We lived on the same floor. We became friends, but we used to debate everything. You know what I'm saying? So we named it University of Dope because that's where like most debates about like anything in the culture are gonna happen. You know what I mean? The college dorm, the college, the little breakout rooms and common areas and shit. And that's what we stumbled on the name University of Dope. And we went from there. We didn't do anything with it for about a year. So 2015, we came up with the idea, but we didn't quite put any like muscle or anything behind it. It was kind of like a joke.
Just like a cool idea, like, just
you never
hanging out.
With it.
It happens with a lot of shit. Like people come out with like these great ideas, $1 million
ideas, and never.
It's like, yo, that shit ain't gonna work, man. It's like, yo, if you actually put, some fucking gas behind this, this can actually take off and do something. And now look at y'all, it's just, strong-minded women just be like, you know what, we can really do this shit. Like, if it ain't out there, if you build it, they will come type shit.
I'm telling you, black women.
Black women be known.
We unstoppable, bruh.
Exactly.
That's what they be afraid of. It's us. Anyway.
But now you have so the card game is in play. You have the idea, whatever. Now, how do you come up with the questions? How do you come up with the multiple choice?
Drunk, listening to hip hop, and honestly, the game is built off of all the already conversations that people have about certain artists, certain things. Like, it's built off the stereotypes of that. Everybody knows Diddy ruined multiple people's careers. Easily can go on a card. Which hip hop career did Diddy ruin the most? Like, it's things that people already talk about in hip hop. We just put it in party game form. We had to make sure it was disrespectful because it's a party game, so it has to be fun. And
you gotta be able to lose a friendship or two.
Exactly. And that was it. So we would powwow. We would get together on the weekend or over the phone. Drinks be popping. We'd put on some music and literally just talk shit about whoever, whatever. And you know how debates go. It's like, fuck that. I'm going to look that up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Google that shit. Google that. You know what I mean? Like, so we get into like heated debates like that. We just have a spreadsheet where we just create the questions. And yeah, we have a plethora of questions.
Okay. Now, what question that's on the card do y'all get the most smoke for?
I'm trying to get the cringe. The cringe-worthy ones are usually the one gotta goes. I would say when people reach the Biggie, Nas, Tupac, Jay-Z,
yeah,
people lose their mind. Like, how can you get rid of one of those people?
If you get rid of Pac, there's no Nas.
You know, like, just pretend, bitch.
Yeah, man. It's a fucking game.
It's a fucking game. I got rid of Tupac because he's talented in other areas, and people be
right. You know what I mean?
People be ready to come for me.
Right.
I'm like, or I'll get rid of Jay-Z because we already had Biggie. I mean, like, you kind of stole his cadence. A little bit. Kind of stole his little kind of swagger jack. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
There's a conversation that can be had.
Exactly. And the part of our hashtag is unpopular opinions are welcome. So I'd be ready to say whatever, anytime.
But don't all artists borrow?
Yes,
like,
they do.
But for a nigga that was around, that had like a 5-year career or something like that, and then Jay-Z's had this long-lasting career since 1996.
Yeah.
Well, before 96.
I still commend Jay-Z for what he's done.
Like, you could take a style and like evolve it and, you know, make it your own, but I don't know, like stealing a cadence. Like, everybody thought like Gorilla Zoe and like Shine was stealing Biggie cadence and flows, but nobody could come up with words and similes and like just shit like the shit. Like, Biggie's brain was different.
So I don't completely discredit Jay-Z. He did what he had to do.
Right.
And he's an amazing businessman now. Are you ready for my unpopular opinion about him now? Are you ready?
I saw one yesterday that kind of threw me for a loop, but I'm gonna go ahead.
All right. And y'all apparently we live, so you could fact check me if you want to fact check me, right? I don't care, right? Jay-Z skirted right above mediocrity for many years in a row in the era where he grew the most. And it wasn't like he wasn't in Billboard top 10. He wasn't doing any of that. He skirted right below the people that we were sweating and right above the people that were trash to get to where he is now. God, so if you look at from like 1990, I'm going to go 1998 on.
That's Hard Knock Life.
He didn't have like a number one song from like that point in time to like 2005.
Wasn't Big Pimpin' his first number one or no?
I don't think I don't think that was a number one. He came out in the era where DMX had like five albums already.
Yeah, you had to compete with
the
like
Locks.
Grooves, the Locks, Wu-Tang was still out here kind of,
Yes. So like he was good. He wasn't terrible. He was good. And he kind of just like, you know, went with the flow. He kind of went with flow. I'm not saying he rode on anybody's coattails. He just kind of like, what's that shit when you're like driving behind a truck and like you catching the wind? You know what I'm saying? Like, you tailing. Like you're making it easier, your ride easier, basically, right? You're making your ride easier because you kind of coasting along behind these people. Now I wouldn't say riding on a coattail, but I would say you just kind of going with the flow until you get to a certain point. Point to garner respect. Now,
one of them niggas that you hate from the last show, right?
Yeah.
He had a tweet yesterday that said he's been going back and forth with this debate in his head for a while about who's a better MC, Lil Wayne or Jay-Z. And he said he finally landed on Lil Wayne. And it was because bodies of work. It was at first I posed to him like, is it the quantity or the quality? He was just like, for the amount of work that Lil Wayne put out from when he started, you know, Hot Boys and Solo and what he's just carried on until now, and mixtapes and albums and his run. I think Lil Wayne had a good at least year run of just killing features, killing songs, number one this. Like,
I would give him a little bit more than a year.
Yeah. Maybe.
No, he had a little bit more than a year because then what happened was Young Money started to like turn into a different animal. Drake era.
Yeah, the Drake era. Then
Drake era. Young Money was unstoppable. Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj were on 50 million tracks. You couldn't turn on the radio without at least catching at least 5. He had more than a year's worth of run.
Yeah, it's hard to name a big 3.
I'm gonna give him at least 3 years consecutively. He did well, and that's why he solidified himself where he at.
Nah, it was that Khaled verse. The fuck was the song? We Taking Over? Like when he did that shit.
God.
I feel like he could get no higher than that, and he stayed on that plane for at least a year. He was just killing shit. Now I think Dame Dot said in the chat, "What are your top 5 favorite hip hop albums?"
What the fuck? Oh, my favorite hip hop albums.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wu-Tang.
Well, it says her top 5 hip hop albums. So favorite.
This is hard.
Favorite and top is 2 different things.
Favorite
but,
and top. I don't want to rank anything.
I mean, you don't have to be married to this idea because you're just spitballing, but just whatever comes.
I don't want to rank anything because I am a lover of a lot. Right? Like, depending on the day and time, I'm getting like burger juice all over my hands.
Yo, G, I get some napkins.
Oh, I got some.
Okay.
Right here. It's all about that.
Eat.
I know. So let me see. I can give you a couple that I like. I'll bump to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Things Fall Apart.
Mm.
I love a live band. I can't. I love the Roots. Okay. I love the Roots. I love Black Thought. He's underrated. People underrate him all the time. He's very talented.
People underrate Black Thought?
Yeah. Yo.
I feel like he's not the hit maker, so people don't fucking put him in that upper echelon.
We got a card that he's on, and people sometimes be like, "Who Black Thought?" And I gotta be like, "Get the fuck away from my game, yo."
Get the fuck away from my table.
Get the fuck away from my game.
Nah,
yo.
but like Black Thought is like literally like him and like Andre. I feel like no one can out-rap them or has out-rapped them since like they started.
Yeah. 36 Chambers, because I can still listen to that to this day too.
Right.
Shit. I gotta do 3 more. This is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even though I talk shit about Jay-Z, don't mind that again. I'm allowed. I'm allowed to do this. I love Reasonable Doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I think it's a great album.
Mm-hmm.
He put all his albums to the test too in the game too. So like shout out to the game.
Yeah.
Because people be like Blueprint. I'm just like, okay.
Mm.
Fuck. College Dropout.
I missed the old Kanye.
Everybody does. Damn, do I have to answer the rest of this question?
I don't.
I gotta say, fuck the rest of this question. Fuck the rest of this question. I love a lot. Like, I love a lot. I love a lot.
Yeah, I personally can't pick 5 because it'll change every week.
Exactly.
But who the fuck cares?
I love a lot of shit.
Now, when you first started this card game, did you receive a lot of support from like peers, parents? Like what? So did you tell your parents that you wanted to do this thing at first, or was it like like a side project? It was like I'm just gonna keep it on the rap until it's something.
Shout out to Mother Anna on it. When I first started the game, short story. When I first started the game, African parents, if you're not like a doctor, lawyer, engineer.
That's what I was gonna ask.
They think you're a waste of space.
You're not a lawyer, doctor, engineer.
There's nothing for them to brag about. So
yeah.
if they can't brag on you.
She plays with cards. She does something.
But shout outs to Anna, right? I told her my idea. And I had a savings already, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was also trying to find a house to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look, I want to start this venture. I have to invest in it myself because there's no way for me to get investors on this right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to take a large chunk of my savings out to get this going. If I find a house I like in the meantime, will you give me the difference, basically, of what I borrowed for myself? Give me a loan. Give me a little loan. And she was like, She's like, what is this? And I told her what it was. And she was like, and you'll make your money back. And I was like, I will absolutely make my money back. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, okay. Right?
Okay.
Right? She gives me the money.
Mm-hmm.
I start Udope. Fund Udope myself. And I found the house. And the time came. Like, give me the money. She gave me the money.
Look at God.
Yo, look at God. And then when I got the house, she was like, keep the money. And I didn't have to pay her back. Let me tell you. So she is my first fan. She don't know that much about hip hop. She only knows, what everybody knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the Snoop Dogg's and shit like that.
But shout outs to her because she was like technically our first investor and knows nothing about hip hop. Now, when you're talking about other people, my close friends, yes, you know what I'm saying? They were about it. They were like, okay, cool. Anytime I posted something, it takes nothing to repost. I don't get that. You can easily share something from a friend.
I don't want to talk about that shit.
One button click. How pressed are you, right? The rest, unfortunately, we're in Connecticut, and Connecticut don't ride for shit until you've already made it.
Right.
So, we were strategic, and our business is out of New York, technically. I didn't see a large jump in Connecticut sales until we made it to Huffington Post. And when we made it to HuffPost, and people, my friends, obviously hooking off, look at my girl, look at my girl at HuffPost.
Yeah.
That's when people were like, oh, congratulations. Oh, I gotta get the game. Oh, I gotta get the game.
Now you gotta get it.
I gotta get the game. I gotta get it now.
It's not like I ain't been pushing shit for like 8 months. Now you gotta get it.
That part. So, and that's just how it is. You can't get upset. Like, I used to get upset, but I realize you can't. Some people you need to be swayed, and some people got a lot going on, and they're used to who you used to be.
Yeah.
And not they don't see this like mogul, you don't see this like business person. They see the girl you went to high school with, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to make something out of nothing. So
I love you.
It's true though. It's true. They see who you used to be.
She's speaking for me.
They see who you used to be, and at the end of the day, it's like almost like they don't trust you. So, and that's fine. You got to follow little Kim's advice. You know what I'm saying? First you get the money, then you get the power. And after you get the power, motherfuckers will stay. So, it's key to life.
Right. Key to life.
So I feel like that's how a lot of friends and acquaintances did me a little when I first started. Your biggest supporters will always be people you don't know. Period.
Right.
Point blank period.
Yeah, i.e. me. I didn't know from a can of paint. But now, do you remember your first sale? You do. No, chew. It's okay.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
The first sale, because we made a whole bunch of prototypes, and I was playing them with like friends and whatnot. And this girl who I'd never met in person, we had just been Facebook friends and Instagram friends. I think she actually used to live in Connecticut, but she like moved to New Jersey or whatever. I've never met her. Doesn't matter. I never fucking met her, right? I was trying to figure out the website. We had to launch kind of early because some lady tried to steal our game idea, which is a whole other idea, a whole other story. But I launched the website, and before I can even get it running up quickly, the bitch somehow bypassed our landing page. I don't know how she got past our landing page because it was like a static page. You couldn't click on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you get back here in order to put this in your cart and put in your money?
Ooh, she hacking. She
was like a hacker. So she purchased the game, and I was stunned because I wasn't ready just yet. So it came through, and I like saw the email, and I panicked, like the sale email. And I was like,
what the fuck is this?
But I'm glad it was somebody I know, because I was like, I need like a week to figure this out for real. So she's like, take your time. I'll just be happy to get it when I get it. And that was our first sale. Old girl in New Jersey. I'm struggling to remember her name right now. It starts with a C. I want to say it's Cheryl, but it ain't it.
That's okay. She knows who she is.
She knows who she is.
Right.
She knows who she is, and I appreciate her. She's been an advocate for UDOPE since the beginning. And again, I never met her. It's always people you ain't never
met. Support you the most, just like these motherfuckers here. Shout out to the dojo. Now, when you finally brought this game to the forefront, did you face any misogyny? Because black women. Whenever women do something, it's like they're doing shit. I'm not taking shit from no woman. I'm not supporting no women.
Yo, first of all, I hate when men find out it's a woman-owned game, right? Because the first thing they're going to do is...
Y'all don't know hip-hop.
Yo! The first thing they try to do is challenge my knowledge of hip-hop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What's track number 3 on Big Daddy Kane's first album?
Asking me for like, asking me all types of dumb shit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? There's that. And there's no way that women could have come up with this game.
Yeah. You not
I'd be
smart.
selling my own game at festivals, and they'd be like, "Who owns this game?" They'd be like, "I do," and they'd be like,
"Nah, really?
You're just a brand ambassador." You're just a brand ambassador. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I actually created this game.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, you did? They would have to go to the website, do the whole Google me in front of my fucking face.
Right.
And you'd be like,
that's my LLC. That's my name. Yes. You want to check my ID? Yes, that's me.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. So yeah, we do face a lot of that. And again, a lot of men just don't think we know anything about music whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So I do get a lot of, what's Biggie's sign?
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All types of dumb questions. Normally, I don't know. I just learned to let it go. Most of the questions I actually do be having the answers to, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just don't oblige. Like I'm not going.
Just gonna give it the time of day. Not gonna give it the energy.
Are you giving me your money or no? Is this game fun to you? Yes.
Give me your money, keep your ignorance. How about that?
Yeah. So we do face a lot of it. I mean, hip hop is like that in general.
Yeah.
That's why we ride for women, for all the women in hip hop.
I mean, it's changing as of late. I don't know if it's a good change, but it's a change.
It's changing, but it's still a little
muddy. Yeah.
I literally just got into like Instagram sparring about Nicki Minaj, and people were like, the Cardi B, they launched Cardi B to thwart Nicki's career. I was like, how come we can only have one female artist? Stop. There's
I mean, that's how it is, because we don't never see but one at a time, really.
And that is the game's fault. That's man's fault. And on top of that, it's they deemed it like, oh, hip hop is meant for men and men only, or like men. Yeah, a dude started it, but once it started, there were female MCs out here. Shout out to MC Chirac, shout out to, Roxanne Shante. Like there were women doing the damn thing in the beginning, just like men were. But now we have a plethora of men who suck, mind you.
Right.
But will still get more respect than Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Because simply because you don't like the shit Megan Thee Stallion is rapping about, right? So immediately you deem her trash when you actually listen to the way that she spits, you're like, oh, she's actually kind of nice. But you just don't like the shit she's talking about, so you deem her trash. You know what I mean? It's just.
But every negative conversation that I've had about Megan Thee Stallion has been with a woman.
Has it?
Has been with
That's
a woman.
wild to me. I'm a Megan rider. Actually all females. There's no female rapper that I don't like. I like them all separately, individually. I mean, I like the lyricists too, like Rhapsody's dope, you know what I'm saying? No Name is dope. Like there's so many dope ones
from out there.
So many dope ones. So it's like, yeah. But sometimes I want to listen to something a little ratchet, just like how niggas want to hear about, about bitches and money and cars and shit. I can't
Drilling
have the same,
fucking,
you know what I'm saying? I can't have the equivalent to that without y'all trying to shoot her down immediately.
But I feel like the scales of like really uneven when it comes to that. When it comes to female rappers,
hell yeah.
I mean, it's like I feel like they're forced to talk about what they talk about because they feel like if they give it anything. Because Megan has a story that's very like she's schoolgirl.
Yes,
she
her mother was a rapper.
Mother
bitch,
was
y'all
a
didn't
rapper.
know that?
Yeah, mother was a rapper. Just being around rap for so long,
Yes.
and then how she got on, and it's like she can be diverse. She doesn't choose to, or that's not what's profitable.
Because I was about to say, because the money's not there. Like the money's not there.
But at what point do you put the love for the money aside? Be like, hey, this is my artistic, endeavor. I want to, give myself
money.
I'm telling you, Megan got brand deal. She got a brand deal with Popeyes or some shit.
Look. It may not be enough money for her, but we'll take Beyonce for example, right? Beyonce low key when she came out was kind of like still being a puppet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like but then eventually, once you amass enough money and you get the power,
or once you realize you don't need them bitches,
when you feel like you don't need them, you can fund shit yourself. You can do everything yourself. You got your own team. Then you can put out whatever message it is that you want. Now that's if you want to do that. So a lot of artists don't. That's the thing too. Why does she have to do that? She doesn't. If she want to ride out and continue to grab the bag because she want to continue to make club hits, let her. She allowed to do that. But if her secret mission was to come out with, you know what I'm saying, more lyrical shit for people to vibe to, this might be part of her overall plan. You never know. I remember when Nicki first came out. Remember she used to fucking look like a bag of Skittles every fucking time you saw her. You know what I'm saying? Got your attention, didn't it? And Nicki's talented, but she still had to do theatrics for you to notice her. And then when she got noticed, you can finally stop. Once you finally get enough money to amass what it is that you want to do, you can finally do what you want to do. That goes for anybody, anything.
That really does go for anybody, but I feel like we don't want to hear anything else from Megan. Like I feel like we become so used to
some lyrical Megan shit. I know I would.
Some lyrical Megan shit, some introspective shit, but I don't feel like it's the time. It's about to be
definitely
summer.
not
It's
the
about to
time.
be warm outside.
If this is her
Everybody want
niche,
to pop pussy, shake ass. Hey,
if this
it ain't
is
got
her
time for no
niche-
fucking introspective albums.
Exactly. Number one, if that's her niche, that's her niche. Number two, she's from the South. Now, if
Right,
you've
yeah.
ever heard the songs, it's all about shaking your ass.
Texas.
It's all about shaking your ass. So why would she? That's how she was born and
Strip
bred.
club culture.
Yeah, but strip club culture is real. That's how she was born and bred. Why would she deviate from that? Like, you wanted her to also do something else is kind of asinine, because ain't nobody else in the South that are down South rappers doing that. Nobody's stressing Migos to fucking come out with fucking stress me when you're not stressing Quavo.
I mean, they kind of are pressing Quavo to put out all of them to put out like a hit, because they haven't been putting out shit.
They haven't put out shit, but you know what I mean. The type of songs
Since
they come
like
out
Culture
with.
2. Like
The songs they
nothing's been
come
hitting.
out with.
Yeah, all like the
you
same
ain't-
thing. Flashy, bitches, drugs, money.
It's about the club.
Yeah.
It's about getting ready for the club. It's about the club. It's about enjoyments. It's about enjoyments.
That's
Parties.
what niggas want to hear.
That's what niggas wanna hear.
Niggas are scared to make something else.
So
I think that's our fault, like the public.
it is the public.
Like we make them
is our
scared.
fault.
We make them scared to deviate from what they naturally want to do,
Right.
or just to do something else. Because it's like it's only for so long you could do the same thing before it just becomes monotonous and just like cookie cutter and like the thing. Now you don't want to be the wave.
That part. But I mean, again, if the money's there, the money's there.
Yeah,
The money's there. And
I guess.
as long as people like to go out and have a good time, which it will always be
will always
forever,
be a thing.
always be a thing. There's always going to be music that goes along with that.
Right.
Period.
Mm.
Nobody's asking to listen to Black Thought on the club. Stop.
Fuck. Yo,
Stop.
you scaring the hoes, man. Don't scare the hoes. That's the number one thing.
Nobody-
Don't scare the hoes.
Like, chillax.
So
now, you
now
can find somebody that's like dances somewhere in the middle. Kudos to that person, but
I thought Drake was there for a little while.
I thought Drake was gonna be that, but I can
But
tell
then-
you about the club hits.
Yeah. He about the
Her
money,
left
club
foot
hits.
up,
Yeah.
left foot slide. He about the club hits. Okay,
Yeah,
he's doing it for TikTok now.
He lost me with that one, but you know,
Listen.
I guess he pivoted back. I don't fucking know.
He dabbles back and forth because he's nice, so he can dabble back and forth. Because there's heartbreak Drake, like emotional Drake.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? There are songs you could vibe out to, but he knows where his niche is at the end of the day. He makes summertime hits.
Mm-hmm.
He makes hits.
Are you one of those hip hop purists where you feel like every rapper has to write their own lyrics and stuff like that, or like you have to live that life in order to talk about it?
No,
Okay.
not at all. I mean, there are levels to it. Like, don't completely lie about your whole entire fucking life. But I get the appeal of, immediately when their rappers want to talk about money, cash, and hoes, even though you ain't got money, cash, or hoes. Like, I get why they do it. But I guess not. I guess I'm not a purist. No, like I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? It's as long as it sounds good, the lyrics make sense, the beat's good. I'll let it ride.
Right.
I'll let it ride.
Now, when it comes to the card game, who were you the most surprised at that has played the card game?
Method Man.
My favorite.
Method Man.
I love you.
Method Man. Method Man.
My favorite rapper ever.
And Redman. Both of them played the game.
Both of them played the game.
Redman was way funnier because Method Man, you could tell because he was like trying to promote power.
Oh yeah.
He was like on a press run.
But was that meth with no mustache? Like,
no, he had a little, he had a little hair on his face.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like on a press run, and we were asking him questions. Well, I wasn't, Godfather. Godfather was asking him questions. He was like, I can't answer that, man. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, or all of them, like trying to like,
kind of just be
trying to be PG.
political. Yeah.
Redman was answering questions.
Right.
Redman was answering questions. So I would say those two for sure. I was mad hype when I saw that they played the game. I was like, I've made it.
Yeah.
A game inspired by Wu-Tang made it into a member of Wu-Tang's hand. And I got to send him a deck, so I low-key know where Method Man lives. I have his address. And every now and again, I'll go into my little ship station, and I'm like,
Clifford.
There go Clifford. Yeah.
Now, is there anyone that you want to get the game? Like, who do you think would be the most fun to play the game?
Flat out, what are you talking about? Black girls, Issa Rae. Issa Rae all day. No, nobody in hip hop. It would be like Issa Rae,
You know who else would be good?
Comedians.
No,
I want to play with comedians.
Vince Staples would be good at this game.
Vince Staples would be good.
That's a funny nigga.
Listen, and you know how some like musicians also think they're comedians too. Like if you think you're funny,
like T.I.,
the game is facts.
I mean, I've never seen a stand up, but I don't know.
I've heard. But yeah, if you think you're funny, that's what I want to play the game. People with like a good sense of humor. You know who I was afraid of when I first thought of the game was Diddy. I felt like Diddy could blackball the fuck out of me.
I
and
mean,
I'll never
kind of,
again.
you printed multiple copies of this card that says like
thousands.
He ruined everybody that he's touched career.
It's an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it a valid opinion?
It's not
debate.
Facts.
It's not facts, but
none of the questions are
all
facts.
just opinions.
It's all opinion based.
It's all unpopular opinions,
but
maybe.
Bad Boys Graveyard is deep.
Yeah.
Deeper than most. So it's like you can't. I hope if he does ever, stumble on it, he doesn't get really, really mad because it's just like, look at your track record, bro. I have eyes and ears. Where these people go, okay? So I think he'd be the person I'd be like most afraid of to meet in person and like give my game to, knowing that there's shady questions in there, knowing that it's shady. But yeah, I would say Issa Rae for sure. She's like my black girl inspiration for sure. Okay, of like manifesting things that you know what I'm saying, want in this life and going after the things that you want in this life. She definitely is it. She made it.
Right. Now, the game seems to be more catered to, I guess, the more mature crowd of hip hop. Are you scared of this game aging out at some point? Like, do you keep like young people around you to let you know what's hip, what's the cool shit to listen to? Like,
so, one, I stay in the know, so
we all stay in the know, but like we miss shit as like older niggas all the time.
So yeah, we've had that conversation with U-Dope a bunch of times. Basically, how we see it is, one, hip hop was made by the youth and is forever going to be influenced by the youth, right? So as the game gets older, we do like to incorporate a few new artists in different editions. So the questions that were in this edition that we have out now are completely not the same as when we first started years ago, And then on top of that, things in hip hop changed. Like we had a question in the game that was like prom queen and king, of hip hop.
The couples.
Yeah, and we went through all the couples. Yeah. Like Meek and Nicki ain't together no more. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas, Drake called it.
Exactly.
We called it.
We all
called
it.
Wasn't staying
but we had to be really strategic about the kind of questions that we asked. Two, we do like to incorporate like newer artists in there, but only once you've made an impact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't just throw anybody in there just because you out in the game hot right now in 2022. You might be lame as fuck in 2025. Like hashtag where's designer, right?
Hashtag where's Chance the rapper?
Ooh. So like a lot of people put their eggs in that basket. I still got a little bit of that's another
yeah.
But yeah, and then on top of that, because we're coming out with so many different editions of the game, it could be a whole different other edition of the game where it's straight up all new folks. It's not just these are the questions and we're gonna stand by these questions. We update them all the time. As the youth gets old, they're not going to want to go out as much and they're going to want to do game nights. You know what I'm saying? Trivial Pursuit doesn't have the same questions that came out with in whatever year Trivial Pursuit was fucking discovered. You know what I'm saying? So we keep it updated. We keep it fresh. We have like archived versions already, and then we archive them ourselves. So this is edition 102.
Okay.
We had 101 that was the old box when I first came on this podcast, and then that's what we're just gonna keep on doing every time we have to kind of revamp a bunch of the questions in there.
Okay.
Edition 103, 104, college.
Okay. Right.
So
now, being that it's 2022, the card game is a physical card game.
It is.
Because of the pandemic. You did do some things online. You got people with their webcams and not the best audios and the best backgrounds, but it is what it is. Now, being that we are in this age of technology, is there any plans to make this game like an app, something digital?
That was already in the works in 2022. Not 2022, last year, 2021. And we tabled it only because we really want to explore this digital space, the NFT space.
Okay.
And see where that goes, because that might deter people from downloading apps if everybody's just going to log into the metaverse and play games there.
Mm-hmm.
My game need to be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So trying to stay on top of what's current is very important when you own a business. So yeah, at first we were like, yeah, we'll develop an app, and we still might, you know what I'm saying? Because we already, you know, kind of paid for the interface of it for people to play the game kind of anywhere, like on their phone against, you know, anybody anywhere else in the world, which is cool. Still probably gonna do that, but we decided to stop putting our money towards that just for right now, and see what we can explore in this metaverse. Because I just don't want to miss the opportunity. Like, yeah, everybody get that person that's just like, I should have invested. I almost could have invested in Facebook.
I mean, do
you know
we fucking believe in NFTs?
I don't fucking
Bitcoins
know.
and crypto and fucking board monkeys and, you know, all that dumb shit.
It's a wild ass space right now, but do I feel like that's where we're headed? I actually do sometimes. Like, we live on social media now currently, like, and people have their fake personas already on the internet now. So what's it saying? You can't throw on some goggles, have an avatar you created, and have a whole nother life that you're satisfied with on the interweb. Like, it's not, I don't think that's too far-fetched.
It's not too far-fetched, but
people
feel
already
like...
do it with video games. Think about Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
People already do that. People already log in, make a whole world, live in that world, take care of that world. Like, I got a garden. Like, you're not
Roblox,
gardening for real.
Fortnite.
Exactly. You're not gardening for real. You're talking about your little digital garden. Like, what do you what do you mean? It's already here.
You pay a certain amount of money to turn that currency into digital currency, which turns into like V-Bucks or Robux, and you start buying shit in the game.
Exactly.
Like, I mean,
Come on. You want to buy skins?
Yeah,
They're already doing it. So it's like, is that where we're really headed? Is that where we are?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it seems so.
So yeah, I mean, getting in on the ground obviously is hard, and figuring out what you want to do or whatever is hard. But once it's figured out, a bunch of people will feel like they got left behind. I'm certain. I'm certain. You know, when I first started dating my boo, he would spend hours playing video games. I'm talking hours. You can mean to tell me people won't do that with some goggles on and like go live in the metaverse and do what the fuck they want, come back to the real world?
Let that man have his fucking escape.
Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, no, because I play video games as well. Yeah. So I can't talk shit about his playing video games.
I've seen you on Animal Crossing sometimes. Yeah.
Animal Crossing is my shit. Not gonna lie, my island's dope.
my shit is trash.
Yo,
I ain't turned that game on like 5 months. Yeah,
that new update got me for
they've had like 5 updates since I last turned that shit on.
Yo, you can do way more now, and I'm like, these niggas is trying to trap me. That's basically, they're trying to trap you in their world for
like,
hours.
I felt like I got most of the bugs, and then they just added more. I was like, I ain't gonna never catch up.
Yo, bruh. Exactly. So they try to keep you trapped there. Like they try to keep you doing stuff in a space for hours on end that's not your physical space. So.
Right. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about was like the team of you dope.
Oh yeah.
So you said your boo, you know, he's kind of like indoctrinated just by knowing you. So it's like, nigga, you have to do this now. Like,
right.
There's no fucking
he's like
way
an
around
unofficial member of the team.
Yeah, it's like, nigga, you like the dean or like the principal or some shit. Like, you could be.
Look, we did give him a name. It's groundskeeping, head of groundskeeping. And we made him an email like groundskeeping at University of Dope, right? So if you have any logistic questions, if you email that,
groundskeeper Willie at udope.com.
That's what we got.
Groundskeeper Willie.
Yes. That's where we got it from.
See, we here, man.
Yo, groundskeeper Willie. So we named him groundskeeper. My fake title is Dean of Hip Hop Affairs. AV is PhD of the Trap. We got Whitney, who is director of the Kickback. So she does all of our events. She books all of our events and whatnot. She writes our press releases and stuff. Then we have director of Illmatic Illustrations, graphic design, which is my homegirl.
Fancy ass name.
Yeah, you listen. Which is Martina, who does all our graphic design. She was the one who actually did our logos. She was the printer that I was talking about, who had the experience of printing.
Oh, okay.
So she has sweat equity into UDOPE for sure. And then our last member is Kristen, and she is director of the Drip. Okay. And she designed this amazing sweatshirt I'm wearing.
I definitely got it. Is that for sale on University of Dope? So I need y'all to go to universityofdope.com, you know, buy that merch, buy them card games and all that good shit.
Yeah.
Now, does the team plan on expanding as you guys get larger, or is like, do you have like a pretty close? Because like these are like I'm pretty sure these are like your friends, like people you know. So it's like bringing in outsiders is like that's where it can get a little tricky.
It can. Whitney, technically, I would consider her our first real outsider who does our events. She had a background in brand ambassador, and she worked with co-founder AV for like a day, 2 days, or whatever. We told her, about... AV was like, I'm quitting this job, and I started this brand, and she has been about the brand ever since. Like, she was like, well, I need to be a part of this. So she's been the first like low-key stranger
Give me a job,
allowed in. And she's been doing an amazing job. I do plan on bringing more people in as we grow. I mean, the group will always be the group, like we're tight knit, but I know we're gonna need other people in order to
founding
leverage.
Mothers.
Yeah, the founding mothers. Yeah. I know we're gonna need others at some point. Because the plan is to get a warehouse space and do all of that jazz. So I know I'm not gonna be able to run it with just the 5 of us. And we're also scattered. Like, I'm in CT. Whitney's actually in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? My homegirl, she's in Brooklyn. Like, so we're actually spread out. So eventually, I'm gonna need to bring others into it for sure.
I mean, it's a nice little tri-state affair. It's a little,
it's
a little 95 trip.
I say that, but I forgot about Martina, who's in Charlotte.
Okay, never mind. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So.
She used to be up here though. She used to be up here, but then she moved. So that's the group, and I love them hoes.
All right. So now, is there anything else you want to say about the game that I might have missed? Anything that you have planned for like the future, the next 6 months? 2022 is far from over, but the way it should be moving is it could be December by the blink of an eye.
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. If people could, support this team of women, Black women, and go to universityofdope.com and, support. Summertime is coming. That game out is very cookout friendly. If you don't know how to play spades but still like to argue, game for you.
I mean, do you recommend, what level of drunk do you recommend this game? Because cookouts where niggas get a little, barbershop convos get heated.
Yeah.
Drunk card games with hip hop, Black people. Have you known of any fights because of this game?
Not physical fights, but definitely all out argument brawls. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you mean? You know what I mean?
You get rid of J. Cole?
Exactly. So people, because hip hop is so near and dear to everybody's heart, they'll ride for their opinion. You know what I mean? So. That's what we wanted, though. That's what we didn't want. That's not fun. Have a peaceful party night.
Not peaceful, but we don't want nobody stabbed.
Nobody would. I mean, over a hip hop opinion, I don't think anybody could.
I don't know. That fucking Casamigos be hitting, and niggas get a little, they shoulders start moving different. They get a little shifty. Meet me outside.
Yeah. Okay.
It could. I'm just saying it. I don't want it to happen. I'm just saying it could.
It has not happened.
You don't want it to happen, but.
Nobody has told me that their friendship has ended, but I definitely had some people say they were thinking about it.
Yeah, thought me this motherfucker was vibing.
Yo, I thought we were friends. I thought he liked the same shit I like. Right. We don't. So no, nothing crazy. Again,
nigga said he hated Triumph.
But yeah, it's meant to argue. It's meant to, it's meant to be a good drunken time. So
word.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has gotten completely out of hand. Just nobody popped the trunk on nobody.
Word. All right. Well, Marian, appreciate you for being on the show. Appreciate you for being here. Like I said, everybody go to universityofdope.com. It's University of Dope on Instagram, all one word.
Yep.
Twitter.
Actually, Twitter, it's UDope Hot Takes.
UDope.
A bot that spits out people's unpopular opinions every top of the day and end of the day.
Okay. You guys also have a Twitch channel, right?
Yeah, that's University of Dope too.
University of Dope. Yeah. All right, so on Twitch, please follow them. University of Dope, all one word. Go fuck with them. So when they do those live, events,
the game show, it's on Twitch. Yes, it is.
So them game shows, you can just pull up to those. You can play online, and then
see some of the questions for yourself. Just a little sampler if you didn't want to purchase the game outright. Don't know why you wouldn't. But support the homie. I mean, it's Women's History Month. I know.
Support my homie. That's my homie, man.
Come on. We actually made a hip hop day. We declared it March 18th. March 18th, Women in Hip Hop Day. It's actually Queen Latifah's birthday as well. And we just went ham with anybody that, if you DJ'd, if you could spit, if you we were just reposting from across the land,
right.
and it was a hit. So we're probably gonna sign and make a petition for people to actually sign and make it a real day.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, anything else you want to promote? Is that it?
Nope, because I only have one venture. So.
Got you. All right. Congratulations on everything again.
Thank you.
So, with you motherfuckers here, let's see. Is there anything else I want to promote? Oh, yeah. If you're watching live on Twitch right now, you can go over to Three Ninjas podcast. We'll be doing that in a little bit. You know, as soon as this ends, we'll set everything up and we'll get right back over to you on that. Other than that, one thing's for certain. We too much for these niggas and three much for these hoes. I go by the name of Domino. That's Marian, a.k.a. Skinni Bee.
What up? All right.
And
I wasn't ready for that.
And we out of here. See y'all in a little bit.
Domino, motherfuckers, what's happening?
C'est tout.